I'm not like a journalist. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Remember where we stopped last week? Right? Can you remember? We were talking about monthly reports. Monthly report. Is it recording properly? Okay, bio monthly report, right? So, in a project environment, can you sit here? Oh, you got your stuff there, no? I hope this stuff will not go with along with you. Okay, in a project environment, we need to be able, my friend, don't be moving up and down, please. Huh? You came to toilet, okay. Just pass here, don't go there. Hey, you see now, you see this thing gonna follow you. You see, that is why I don't like movement. Random, you could say now, not you. It didn't follow you. You see, that is why I don't like random movement. Yeah. You see, it's still following you. All right. Let me see. Let me see how I can move it. Let me see how I can move it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's still following that guy. You see, it's an AI, right? Okay. Right, ladies and gentlemen. In a project environment, we talk about meetings, right? You need to be able to organize meetings at a regular interval. It depends on the type of meetings, right? We talked about different types of meetings whereby you need to update the stakeholders, right? You know the stakeholders. Okay. Now we talked about monthly meetings, weekly meetings, ad hoc meetings, suppliers meetings, as the case may be, right? Okay. So today we are going to talk in terms of a monthly report because you should be able to report as well. Do you understand what I mean? Right? You should be able to provide a kind of update. It could be perhaps a weekly update. What happened during the weekly update? Right? Yeah. So what happens during the weekly update? Right. You see, it's following her. Did you see? That is why, man, when you must always be seated in the class because this AI it doesn't want a random movement. Doesn't allow late comers. Huh? Doesn't allow late comers. You said? Okay. Doesn't allow late comers. Late comers, yeah, yeah. You see, we mustn't allow late comers. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, guys, in terms of the monthly reports, okay, let me first of all talk about the weekly report. In weekly report, you need to be able to evaluate or write a report in terms of what you have achieved so far versus what you plan to do, right? If there were certain problems that cropped up, it needs to be discussed in the during the weekly meetings, right? So, okay, let me not talk much about that. Let's talk about because I've discussed this one already, right? Monthly report, as we said, is drawn up, right? And it should contain the following information. Or when drawn up, monthly report should contain the following information. Achievement to date, what you've achieved so far, right, needs to be reported. It's normal. When you are preparing a report or submitting a report to whosoever that needs to look at that report, you need to put there what you've done up to date, right? Then you need to uh, write out, detail out activities completed versus activity schedule. By now you know what I mean. Activities completed, which means the actual work executed, versus the planned activities. Why are you doing this? You are trying to see whether you are up to date. Do you understand what I mean? Because remember, you got a schedule, which is your Gantt chart or Gantt chart. My students say I must pronounce that chart very well so that they will be able to understand it. Level 3, that is what they told me. I must say Gantt chart. I say, all right, I take your correction. I will be pronouncing it properly, right? So you got a timeline, like the simple example I gave to you before, whereby you got a project that is scheduled to take 1 month, right? All things being equal, by the end of that 1 month, your percentage completion should be 100%. Is it true or false? Talk to me. True or false? Okay. By week 2, the percentage completion is supposed to be 50%, right? By week 3, it's supposed to be 75%, right? What if by week 3, you are still trailing behind on 50%? Is it a good news? It's not a good news, right? It means that you are running behind schedule, right? It means that you are running behind schedule. So when you want to make a report now, for example, you are comparing the actual completed versus the activity schedule. Actual completed will be 50%. Then the scheduled activity will be 75%. You see, from there you can be able to know that there's a problem. You report it in the meeting, they can easily spot it. So there's a problem here. What do we do? Because whenever there's a problem, you don't leave it like that. Something must be done, right? Then what do we do? Then they have to look for a way to address the back of the behind schedule that you find yourself. You have to look for a way to address it. Otherwise, when you leave it like that, it's going to affect the overall project. Right? The backlog needs to be addressed. Then actual resources usage versus schedule resources usage. You still have to look and see how much resources you've used because you must always avoid wastage. For example, what you completed is 50% and the resources